Hey.
Hey.
Hey. That shit bopping. Hey.
I told you her album is a vibe.
Roddy Ricch with the comeback.
Hey.
He's like, I ain't out of here yet. Niggas trying to count Roddy Ricch out. Hey.
Were they?
The second joint didn't go like the first one went.
Oh.
That first one was so big. It's hard to live up to a single that big.
I guess because I'm not like a super fan. Like, I usually, honestly, when I like him, it's usually on somebody else's thing. Yeah. I didn't really hear either one of his albums.
Well, he had The Box. Remember that song, The Box? That was huge.
I still don't know that song. Told you that Ella go hard.
Hey, Deez Ninjas Radio.
Whole vibe.
That was Ella May.
Did you
off
just
the latest
put on
project.
The midnight voice?
Off her latest project. Go check it out on your streaming services. Deez Ninjas Radio. Hey, on the ones and twos, And
the threes.
And the threes. And the fours.
And the fives.
We back. I'm saying, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Just me and you, Tony style.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
It be that way sometimes.
It's like that. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. We hold it down. Feel me?
I'm with it.
Feel me? On like a light bulb, you know what I'm saying? Bang, lights is on, lights, camera, action. Cha-ching. That song was bumping. It was the other one you had me playing too. That was tight too.
I told you, her album is actually, it's a vibe that you can listen to in the car or in the headphones. Like
anywhere?
Yeah, it's anywhere vibe.
I don't know. Look, I don't know if I'm going to be vibing off of it like you vibe off, because I was even reading some of the lyrics. Sounds like you might connect with it a little different than I connect with it.
You know?
Right? But as far as like the bop to it, I can jam with the ones got a little, some bounce to them, something.
She hit on this album. So I'll say if she wasn't going through something, maybe people who put together the album was going through something.
Right.
Because I could feel it. I could vibe
I mean, usually the album is the artist's expression of what they're going through or what they're experiencing. Hopefully. Or somewhat. I don't think it has to be like a true, 100% true story, like nonfiction.
Right.
But hopefully it's influenced by events and things that have happened to the artist, or at least sometimes maybe the artist sees around them and they're able to capture moments. That's another thing too.
That could make sense.
We were talking last week about people being able to like speak through others, like Kendrick did, and being able. So it's other, giving perspectives too.
Well, she definitely was hitting a few of my perspectives.
She was hitting you off.
I was like, oh, you said what I was thinking.
She was on point.
On point.
Like if you would have been in the studio with her, you'd have been like, you'd have go girl, all that.
All that. And some.
All that.
Yes.
She writing and she like, hey, you want to hear? Let me hear what I wrote so far. And you like, yeah, get in there, do that.
Look at the song you was just playing. Like she's literally like, how could you switch up on me?
I'm saying I was reading the lyrics.
I was like, yes.
I mean,
I'm feeling that even today.
You feeling that? Feeling that content?
You know, what it is.
Feeling their content. I can dig it. She's cool.
Yeah.
This is the second thing, and I'm hearing nothing but good about this album. You like confirming it. The stuff that I've heard so far has at least sounded good. Like I said, I might not connect with all the material so deeply.
Man, I think if you really, really, really listen to it.
No, man, I'm hard as stone. I'm cold-hearted.
You'll find, it'll be some moments where, that little girl who broke your heart in elementary, you'd be able to be like, okay,
I'm gonna have to dig back that far?
You act like you a heart of stone now.
I'm not, I'm like, sort of cold-hearted. I'm not always cold-hearted.
So that's what I'm saying. You might have to go back a little deeper in order to like put that vibe.
I had to think back. Somebody just rocked me. That last time I got hurt, I was really hurt. People around me, I was trying to reach out to the homies for like advice. I had like particular homie who I thought had been through some shit. He could, be able to, give me some words. Give me some words of advice. Give me something to help me get through this. Man, he didn't give me nothing. In fact, he thought I was playing the whole time and like trying to troll him. And he thought I was trying to clown him because he be going through what he going through.
See,
and
that
I'm
just means that you are known for trolling or being like heartless that they didn't
Not at all.
It's
just that he didn't think that I was really that connected to that person that I was dealing with. He didn't believe that I could have got there where I was.
Okay.
And so he thought that I was, I'm trying to tell him like, nah, now I'm fucked up. Right? And I don't know give me impart me some advice, bro. And he's like, nah, man, you playing.
If it make you feel better, in all honesty, I think I've never been in a situation where when it didn't work, somebody actually comforted me. And I'm a girl, so you think that girls get together and be like, fuck up, girl, let's have a drink.
I didn't necessarily want that. I didn't want to have like a...
That's what you assume with girls happen. Every time, especially the last time, all my people was like, well, first of all, we're surprised y'all lasted that long. Second of all, you should have been got rid of him. Like, none of them ever feel...
That's because women be hating on their friends' situations.
But now when I think back to younger me, I should have made some better decisions.
They were right?
They were right.
They had that discernment that you didn't have?
Pretty bad decisions in life.
Okay, well, sometimes it's good to listen to advice. If it's from smart people.
But I still want them friends that be like, let's get a bottle of wine and some stuff and just
talk
try
shit.
it out. Yeah.
Fuck them, girl. Fuck them.
Yeah. I don't have them friends.
And I didn't want that. I just was like, man, like, how do you do this? I've seen you go through it a few times, bro. Because I was trying stuff that like are your normal solutions and it wasn't working. I didn't know what to do. It took a minute. Just had to get through that. Had to man up. All right, I'm going to introduce, and then we can just keep it going so we don't get too far. All right?
I'm with it.
All right. You have now tapped into the Deez Ninjas Podcast, and we are so glad.
So
glad that you came to kick it with us. I am Club Dynamite, the coolest ninja you know. I'm here with a ninja, Super Taz.
Hey, y'all, hey.
Hey. And me. That's it.
Just us.
Just us today. Shout out.
I got the whole couch to myself.
You got the whole couch. You comfortable. You know what I'm saying? You can lay out if you want to. Right? Shout out to the rest of the my ninjas. Let's see. Let's count them out. All the ones that aren't here today. Let's not. No, for real. I love y'all. Shout out to Vacation Barb. Shout out to What Up Vern. Shout out to Nikki Savage. Shout out to Shanni Love.
What's up, y'all?
What up? Shout out to Sassy too, man. Where you at? She's somewhere like coloring her hair or something.
Extendo's here though. At least we're not completely alone. He's somewhere.
No, Extendo is always
here.
Extendo is always here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the backbone. Feel me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So at least we got him.
Yeah, shout out to my guy. Shout out to everybody who listens to us, watches us, tells a friend about us, thinks about us, prays for us, any of that.
All that.
Any of that. We so appreciate you. And that is heartfelt appreciation. You know what I mean? All right. Back to it. It's been how you been?
I've been good. How about you?
I've been okay. Like I've been studying. So it's been like kind of a slow week, like news-wise and stuff, and I haven't been like out and about much, but I've been studying. So
I've been breathing because we got like 20 more days left of school. So I've been breathing and counting down. That's about all y'all getting out of me.
You almost out of there. You almost out of there. You in the home stretch.
Exactly.
You in the home stretch. You be all right. You be all right. So let's just get past this obvious, because last week when we were here, we were in the midst, when we were recording, pretty much the Buffalo shooting situation was kind of like in progress, of somewhat, as far as the information that we were getting. It had happened, but we were just starting to get like the information. So we didn't want to speak on it much last week without knowing what was going on. We kind of, went past it. But I just want to acknowledge all the victims first from that shooting. That was tragic. So I just want to acknowledge and send condolences to the families and the friends and all the people involved and affected by the shooting. Right there, directly and indirectly, because I think we're all kind of affected right now.
Yeah.
By that senseless ass fucking shooting. Once again, we back. Right.
Again,
we back. Same something. Them spins, they spinning it and all that. We right back.
It's I'm gonna have a lot to say. So
yeah, man, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad we sitting here and yeah.
For me, we all know it doesn't get any easier. And it's not even like, I think my anger mode has been what I've been on for this all week.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just feel like, one, now it's like I can speak for myself. I already felt like not safe being outside, right? Barely feel safe being in my own house. But there were just certain things I did without thought. And going to the grocery store was one of them. And, typically I told you guys I go early in the morning with a lot of the senior citizens still because
we've had that
it's less people and all of that. And so to see this happen and you see all the people who lost their lives really look like our grandparents, it was just kind of like the anger part hit me and it has not gone away.
Jarring.
Like I feel compassion for the families. So I don't want that to be dismissed at all. But every time, it took a while. Like, I would not listen to it. My mom would come in and tell me, oh, they said this on the news. And I'm like, I'm not following the story. Because every time I think about it, that anger is not even a sadness anymore. And then to hear people try to spin it, it just...
That's what's angering for me. To hear them try to spin this where, the guy, for as far as we know, laid it out. Right there.
There's nothing wrong with him.
He laid it out.
There's nothing
wrong with him. He laid it out. We see enough video, and I normally don't watch a bunch of that, and I didn't watch all of it, but I saw enough to see that he was cognizant of what he was doing as he was doing it. The only part
I saw was when he came up on the white guy.
That's the one. That's what I saw too. That's what I saw too.
Like, I won't allow myself to see anything else. And even then, and the reason why I keep saying, for it to be Mental Health Awareness, month.
Yeah.
And see people fix their mouths, to even insinuate racism is a thing. It's not a mental health disease as far as I'm concerned.
Right. Because
you are making a conscious decision that you are going to hate someone based on something that they have no control over. When we were born, there's no control of what I'm going to come out looking like. I didn't get to pick and say, although everybody who knows me knows, I'm pro-Black to the day I die. I love being Black. Right. Wouldn't want to be nothing else.
Right.
But it's not like someone asked me before they sent me down here, hey, so how do you want to come down? Because before I would have thought about skin color, I would say, can I be rich? Can I never have to worry about anything? Right. There's certain things I would have asked for, But you literally have decided that someone is beneath you and that you now have the right, because you have this fear of being replaced, to go and take people out.
What's crazy is I don't even know if they actually truly think that we're beneath them, because that's the narrative, but they must look at it as if more powerful and able to take you out. You know what I'm saying? Because we know
they fear that we're going to reach that.
They fear that we're going to be that. They fear that if we ever reach the point in numbers that they have, then there's going to be retaliation,
right,
for everything that's occurred. You know what I'm saying? And I have my feelings about that. But yeah,
but it's still like the whole replacement theory thing, right? Where I sit and I go, you're stupid. It's because, first of all, history lesson, right? That I know our listeners have, because I'm pretty sure they're smart.
Right.
You're fighting about being quote unquote replaced in a country that you got on a boat and came and replaced the people who were already there.
Right.
Like, you literally...
It's like the audacity.
Right. Like, they're going to take over the country. You mean the country that was never yours to begin with? That would be like me coming to your house, taking your shit, and then being mad that somebody else came and took it from me. Like, it wasn't mine to begin with. Like...
But this is not even so much a took it from you situation. This is just a natural progression of things.
Right, because people are having babies. People are interracial marriaging. So it's not like you never thought you were going to wake up in a day and the world the way it was in the 50s was going to look the same this many years later. It's not.
Things are going to change inevitably. Things are going to look different as you progress. Things look different in all facets. I don't know why they wouldn't think that would be any different.
Because they're seeing, which is like, remember a couple weeks ago when we were talking about the mayor's race and all those things, and I was saying how they're fighting to keep us from being able to vote in certain places like that.
Right.
It's because they are seeing it. So you take a place like Georgia, right? We're still only 13% of the population in the United States.
Right.
But you see more people moving, and when they move there, now that easy race that you would have got
it's other communities that have come up. It's the Latin community has come up as well.
Very much so. But what I'm saying is when you make those moves, when I say minorities moving to Georgia, I wasn't, just meaning black people.
Right.
But those people who are moving in a generation of people who are like, no, we can see change by voting. And all of a sudden where you thought something was never going to get flipped because you had control, it got flipped. And now it's like, okay, it's too many of y'all. Y'all make it a difference where we don't want you to make a difference. So let's see what we gonna do. We gonna start purging y'all. We gonna make it harder. Like all of those things. That's why I was saying it may be easy for us here. It ain't so easy in other places like that where they're like looking at their power being stripped. Because who wants to live like that? Like, think about some of the laws they really trying to push through. And that's not even just the abortion shit. When you get to the bottom of it, you like, we not going back to the 30s and the 40s, no matter how hard you try.
Y'all not gonna Handmaid's Tale this shit.
Like, you just not. So your way of doing it is by keeping shit like the bullshit electoral system, because that's the only way you can remain in power, so that you can do shit like this. That is like, but that's why I keep saying, as much as people say voting doesn't count, it does. Because we need those people in office to keep certain shit from becoming.
Right.
So, I mean, I say all that to say when that shit happened, it was just like, I was mad on so many levels, but on a media level, I was pissed because I was sitting there like, are we really gonna tell this narrative like, oh, this little boy went in, he was a grown-ass man, he was 18.
Hey, all of this, the pandemic, and he was pulled into the internet and the dark web because of the pandemic, all that bullshit,
it's some bullshit.
All of that, he's mental health and he's been corrupted and turned to the dark side because of the pandemic. Man, stop trying to spin this shit, man.
Can I tell you something?
Stop trying to spin this shit. He had a whole legend. He streamed this shit. Right. He had people that were watching his stream.
Had been scouting and looking. He purposely went that far.
He went to the store They said that the manager said that he had been in that store repeatedly. And when in the store, he was in the store calling people fucking the N-word, walking around the store. I hate the phrase the N-word too.
I know, but it's okay.
Yeah. He was in there using it like that, throwing it around. And so it wasn't like, all of these are not like just mysteries. You saw different things that trigger points. Of course, if people have been following this story, you see that he was already looked at as possibly talking about shooting up a school. They put him in the mental hospital for that situation. He got out. He's still, come on, man. You got to.
Let me tell you something, and I'm not trying to make light of it, but when my mama told me that aunt and uncle came out and said it was because of COVID, I had to sit back and I had to just be like, it says a lot when you want the world to know you're related to a racist prick like that. Because let somebody related to me do even an ounce of that stupidity. You ain't even even if you knew I was related to them, if you would have hit me up like, ain't your cousin so-and-so, I'd be like, no, I don't know who you're talking about. I'm not related to that person.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Right, but you wanted to get out there and let people know you was related to them. And then you came with the bullshit. It's because of COVID. If that was the case, we was all suffering through COVID. I don't see everybody deciding to go shoot up grocery stores and shit.
Right.
We all suffered through it. Like, stop acting like that. First of all, can you please answer me this? When a black person does something,
why are they a man?
And they're unarmed, then you want to go, what was they doing in elementary school? Where was they mama and daddy? So can somebody please tell me, what was he doing in elementary school?
Right.
Where is his mama and daddy?
Right.
Because y'all give no fucks. You will never say when it's an unarmed black person.
They create the narrative to get them off.
Every time. You will never go, well, their parents weren't this type of person, right? With them, I'm already hearing, it's a shock because his parents weren't like that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if it's our community's fault when something happens, why it ain't y'all community's fault? Because the minute somebody talks about the things that go on in the white community that they're not stopping out with this racism, the first thing they say, stop lumping us all together. Well, why you lump all of us together?
Why the fuck do you try to make us a monolith?
Right.
Why are we all the same?
I live in LA and I kid you not, growing up here, the first time I went away to school, I went to San Diego, right?
Yeah. And
the girl that I went to school with was also from California, but she was from a town I had never heard of that apparently had really no black people, right? And this ignorant ass female asked me, well, what is it like to go on Crenshaw? Like, have you ever had to dodge a drive-by? And I'm sitting there going, bitch, Crenshaw is a city. I mean, not a city, a street that runs from city to city. Like, what part of Crenshaw are you talking about? But you were willing to lump the fact that I was black and from LA into what you thought of gang culture in LA.
Right. And just put me in the middle of it. Right.
Right. Now, if I would have said, well, what's it like when your siblings screw each other or your uncle marries your cousin, then you would have said, oh, she's being racist. But it's not racist when you get to come at me like that. And so I feel like even watching how people have been, twisting it, I'm like, y'all keep coming like, oh, it just happened over the last couple of years and you can't blame his parents because they're such good people. Well, the last school shooting, when the parents left his ass at the school, you wanted me to feel so. At what point are the parents not responsible since we're responsible for everything that happens with anybody that's, looks like me?
Yeah.
So it's been a lot of anger for me. It's been a lot of anger when it comes to the media because I'm sitting there going that's what I studied in school, right? And I remember all the things that they said and I'm like, I don't see them principles being applied
nowhere.
Where a lot of people are making a lot of money off of this. So at what point, I was glad, I think it was not New York Times, I can't think of the paper, that had to print a retraction because they got called out because when it was Mike Brown, at 18, they were like, well, he was referred to as a man, Yes. Even though he was fresh out of high school.
And they was the 18-year-old teenage boy.
Yeah. And so they had to retract that. And I was glad they got called out about it, but I'm like, there's a lot of people who needed to retract a lot of those things. Because you think about when Trayvon Martin died, Trayvon Martin was an actual teenager. He was an actual kid still in school.
But they painted him like he was a grown man.
Right. Tamir Rice was 12. And he had no pass for being able to be a little kid. Right. But then we constantly see these fuckers go and shoot up our churches.
And then they try to make him, this little precocious little boy that didn't know what he was doing.
We're pulling out the 5-year-old picture. Yeah. He was such a good kid. I'm so shocked.
Fuck that. We're not having that. We're not having that.
And I think that's why we need a lot more media that is ran by minorities that are going to not paint a certain picture based on how the person looks.
I just need the media to be non-biased no matter who's delivering it.
And that's what I'm saying. You typically get that because, again, I know I'm dating myself, but when you go back to the old school BET, when they used to do that 11 o'clock news, when they told a story, if it was a black person that did something that you would have been embarrassed about, they was going to talk about you the same way, no matter what.
I never watched that news.
Oh, I used to, because that's how I used to find out what was going on in other countries and stuff. Like, that actually was what I thought news was supposed to look like.
Right.
And then that went away. And then I'll be looking at the stuff now, and I'm
it's crazy because I find myself watching foreign news because you get a better picture
of what's
things
going
that
on.
are going on. They'll tell you, but they still have their slant. They all have a slant.
Always. They
all have a slant. So you got to really watch a bunch of news to try to figure out what's going on yourself. And
well,
then read, too.
I can tell you the other thing that disgusted me is because I feel like to your point, you did all of this, right? You went looking for it. You went that far so you could get as many Black people as you could.
Right.
You streamed it, and yet you tried to pretend like, oh, I'm going to shoot myself. The police took him down, which you know is an issue for me.
Nice and
but
soft.
When you get in court, right? Because here's my thing. My mama used to always be like, don't play Billy Badass if you ain't about that. So you did all that, and then you get in court. Not guilty. No, dude, I'm gonna need you to get up there and say, yeah, I did it. Take whatever you took because you was big and bad enough to do the shit.
But you do that because you know the system is playing for you.
And that's where I got the problem, though, is because if you know that, those still stand 10 toes down to what you just did.
I feel you.
Because you did that. But you couldn't. You had to get there not guilty.
When everybody saw you doing it. So we know what it is, but and then, you know, they'll fuck around and get off. I just didn't.
He bet not.
I mean, I just don't like the audacity behind it. I don't like none of y'all get no fucking funny ideas either. We seen some shit last night, out in the street, honestly, that we wondering what exactly we saw like the tail end of it. So we can't make it all out. And, you know, the Black guy went on, some other dudes. So we're not quite sure if it was a racial situation or just like a robbery situation. We're trying to figure out. Hopefully, we'll find out what's going on with that. So shit is out here, you know, people out here just getting big and bold and bad. It was a cat in New York that tried to run around stabbing people with needles.
I heard something about that. I couldn't even bring myself to even look into it, though. What was that about, though?
Wherever it was, the dude, somebody knocked his ass out.
As they should have.
Somebody knocked his ass out. It was a guy in a store in like a little rural town, and I forgot what state that was. I'm sorry but it was a woman in there, and some fucking dudes tried to beat the woman up, or not try to, fucking, you know what I'm saying, went and beat up the woman at standing like a gas station, convenience store type situation. I don't know if motherfuckers is getting big and bold and not ready to get fucked up. But, you know.
The sad part is as much as you want to be like, this is why people are now getting a lot more gun licenses and carrying. The minute something like that happens and you're defending yourself, you'll find yourself in court having to try to defend the fact that, you know, you just got attacked. And sometimes they make, you know, those victims. Because we've seen it. Remember old boy that, I don't mean to say old boy. He was a young guy in Georgia where he was like, they were trying to run him and the girlfriend off the road. He's sitting up in jail fighting the case because he shot at them. It's
just like old boy with the needles got knocked out. All right.
People ain't gonna just stand there and let you take them out.
All right.
And to the point, even with what happened in Buffalo, the security guard, he tried. They said if he wouldn't have did what he did, more people would have got killed. Right. But he came prepared. Like the only thing that probably would have took him out was a headshot. To be very honest.
Yeah, I mean, he came prepared. He had military grade fucking armor. He had heavy artillery. I think he had a Bushmaster rifle. He was doing a lot. I don't even know how somebody that young gets a hold of all that shit. That's kind of the part of the problem. Actually, we know, but you know,
that's
like I said, don't get too many ideas. It's a lot of niggas out here that got it too. All right. Right? I mean, for real. All right, I got a question. Based on that and just the way society is right now, we're just getting inundated with like aliens. You see the Pentagon?
No.
The Pentagon just had their first meeting on UFOs.
Oh, you know what I thought you was going to say? They had their first meeting with aliens, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like,
not yet. They ain't
where are we going with this?
They have not announced that yet, but hey, I'm not putting it past them. I predicted that within this year and next year is when we're gonna start getting the alien stories. And so what they're doing pretty much is saying, hey, there's stuff up there, stuff going around. We can't really tell you what it is. We're not sure what it is. And this was like an official Pentagon hearing, first one they've had in years about UFOs. So they getting us ready. They just easing us in right now. They lining us up to start telling us some wild stuff really soon. That's what's going on. So we got that. We got shooting. We got the war going in the background. Just pandemic. It's still weird. Like the world is opening back up, but it's like still kind of weird.
Yeah, because schools have been having outbreaks again.
Yeah, it's just weird because it's like we have the work from home thing, and then you got people like going back in the office. I saw a homegirl of mine was saying like, this shit is weird. Like even being in office all day after being off all this time, like this thing has really messed with our psyche. So I want to know, this is a mental health wellness check.
Do you really want to check in on me?
This is a mental health wellness check. You know what I'm saying? So, I just want to know, how's your sanity?
My sanity's not there. It's not.
So you're insane
very
right now.
Transparent. Like I just had a major loss.
Yeah.
That even though when I looked at the date, we were looking at almost a month ago. Because, with the way I'm noticing funerals are having to be further out than what they used to be.
Things are pushed back a bit.
Yeah, but it still feels like so fresh. And then it's like, then I'm at school all day with children.
Right.
And so mentally, I don't care how much self-care I have been doing. It is not, sometimes I feel like I'm just cruising. And that's about as good as y'all go get out of me. I'm just cruising. What about you?
I find myself thinking about a lot of the stuff that's going on. So I'm trying to take some time to kind of detach from some of that, because everything that's going on, it just makes me think a lot. I don't know quite where people are in their thinking, and that affects just like my thinking.
Have you ever seen, because we talk about you don't watch a lot of wholesome things. Have you ever seen The Secret Lives of Bees?
No, but I know what you're talking about.
Okay. There was a sister who used to go to this wall, and it was like her welling wall. And anything that was bothering her, she would put it in there and she would basically cry. And they would say like how she took in everything that everybody else was going through in the world and stuff. It's actually what made her decide to take her life or whatever, right?
Right.
And so I told my mom, I'm glad you're not there. Yeah. But I told my mom that that's low-key how I feel sometimes, not the taking the life part, but like when I see a lot of that stuff happen in the news, it weighs so heavy on me. Like I knew these people that's why I don't really engage in a lot of these stories. Mm-hmm. So it's like certain things that, why we were saying it's all on the news, I couldn't tell you much about because I purposely not.
Stayed away.
Yes, because every time I would allow myself to actually watch some of those stories or listen to them, like I messed up and listened to the son of the woman who had gotten killed, who had just left from her husband. And that's what she always did was, she goes every day to her husband who was in a health facility because he got to the point she couldn't take care of him.
Right.
And she's in her 80s. And so like when I saw that, like it just hit me like a ton of bricks to the point I was like, this is why I can't get myself involved in necessarily what's going on in the world. Not because I want to be one of them dumb fucks that don't know what's going on.
Right.
It just weighs.
Yeah. With me, I had done a good job at kind of avoiding the like TV news, which is like the fear news. Right. But like I said, I had been taking care of my grandmother and helping her. She had a surgery. I've been helping her. So I was in that environment more and just taking in more of the TV news. And I just got like sucked back in that wave. Like, So now I'm tapping in and, watching it in the morning. I'm checking in on what's going in on all the different news things. And I said, it kind of envelops you. You start like taking off so much, But I'm about to detach from all that shit again. Really, I'm about to detach from all of that and just read my news and take in and find the most non-biased.
You think reading makes it better?
For me, it does.
Okay.
For me, it does because I'm able to avoid. I won't just go to the sensationalized headlines. I'll just go to like stuff that I feel is like just kind of reporting the news, mostly without the slant,
But do you ever think like some stories, even without the slant, they just
some of it's daunting.
Hit you to the
some
core.
Some of the stuff is just daunting. It is.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff is daunting. Some of the stuff is like when you think of like the people in power and how smart they may be or may not be, and just when you see now the internet exposes you to so much of the thinking of others And so you hear all of these different perspectives, and some of the shit sounds outright loony. It sounds like crazy, and it's people that are fully invested, and these are people who are successful people, who are people who should know better with some of this stuff. And now you're seeing these people like winning offices.
Oh, yeah, because it's primary season. There's been some big ones lately.
You're seeing these people winning offices, man. And I'm like, what is going on? Mm-hmm. I'm hearing some of these philosophies and these fucking... I'm speechless. Like, speechless at some of the stuff that I see and hear that people believe on a daily basis. And, of course, more than meets the eye is going on, period. Right? We know this. You got to keep digging below the surfaces. The part of this mission out here is just to find out what we can find out. There's so many layers of things and so many intricacies on so many levels, right, that are going on you couldn't even believe. But some of this stuff is loony.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff is loony.
I agree.
And we got these people believing these things. They're running things, or at least getting the positions that say run things, and being put as a figurehead for things that are leading more people. So my mental health, my sanity is so-so. Also, I mean, in general, I'm a happy person. So, and that's still there. That's still there. But I am weighed by the thoughts of all this stuff that's going on.
So how do you deal when your sanity gets like that? Like, what I'm
going to do is detach, like I said.
So you just detach? Is there anything else you do?
I mean, do some stuff that may be, cool for me, get away. I may go to the beach and just go do some serene things to, chill out. And it's getting warm.
Here you go again, because your face lit up. What is it?
It's getting warm. So that too. I'll be okay. Like I said, in general, I'm a happy person. So that keeps me afloat. Like I said, that stuff just weighs on me. I'm like, there's so much going on, and I'm empathetic to so many people on different levels. That's something I think I realized, like, getting older. Like, I really be taking some of that on. Yeah.
That's a good human characteristic to have, though. It makes you human. Not everybody is very empathetic to others, so...
No, and that's something...
I think the world would be better if we were.
Hey, we see a lot of that. You see just people on different side of arguments that, like, just have no empathy or just portray that.
And I will say that when when they talk about the thing with the Supreme Court right now and abortion rights, like, flat out for me, doesn't really matter what subject we're talking about. I'm kind of on the thing of, if it's something you don't agree with or you don't like, you just don't do it. So if you're against abortion, don't have one. It's like real simple. Like, I don't understand why people are so invested about what other people are doing when it doesn't affect you like that, even though I have an opinion on why they do that. But like, when I would hear people talk, it's like, even when they were saying, so what about people who end up in a situation that didn't ask for it, like those that are molested or those that are raped? Like, what about those people? Or those people who were actively using birth control and now, they're being told...
The law they just put in place in Oklahoma?
Yeah.
You saw that?
Yes. And they're doing it a lot. And I'm like, so when somebody is already, to me, as just putting myself in someone else's shoes, if I wanted to have a kid and I'm being told by the doctor, well, the chances that either one of you are going to survive are this. Right. So this is what we think. And you're having to make that decision. But now you're getting somebody else is going to make it for you. And the way people are talking about it is in a manner that you hear no empathy. It's like, yeah, you got raped, but...
It's completely with lack of empathy.
Very.
They're talking like they even know what they're talking about. It's so sterile and so they speak about, like I said, they speak about it as if it is not people that you're
Right.
talking about. And
Exactly.
as if situations don't change, as if every situation is
It's
not
the same.
different.
Right.
When they speak about the conception at fertilization, like, and how when they speak of this, what I don't like is even when they speak about it, everyone is like, I believe. Well, like you are the authority on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I believe that it starts here. Well, I believe, so we all must go according to how you believe. That really, doesn't
Which was why
sit
there was
well
always
with me.
supposed to be a separation of church and state.
And they are so busy trying to merge them at this point. They out here. I saw a lady on Fox News saying, what we need to do is we need more Christian babies out here. White Christian babies. Like, I'm like, yo, come on, man. This is not what we're supposed to be doing. You're right. It's supposed to be a complete separation of church and state.
Because everybody doesn't believe the same thing. Like, I am spiritual. I'm not religious. Do I go to church? Yes. Do I have certain beliefs that other people may believe? Yes. However, I don't believe that my beliefs should supersede your beliefs.
Right.
And because I'm more spiritual than religious, I can be empathetic to other people.
There was a time, and it was probably around Jimmy Carter being president, where the right really reached out and took on the evangelicals as a base. There wasn't so much like that before then. But when that happened, that was like when Jimmy Carter lost the election, and then how Reagan really established some of his power. But they played the sex card essentially in some form or fashion. Like I said, it's like a taboo. Like, America is weird because it's so sex positive, but then it's so negative in regards to it. It's so like shunned upon by the powers that be on what's supposed to be going on. So they always do get some kind of sex issue to kind of throw things off. And they started back in the day it was a point where they outlawed sodomy, right?
Yeah.
They outlawed sodomy. Okay, that was a thing.
Masturbation is actually illegal in some states.
There are states where all of that stuff is illegal, yeah. Right? So that was a fight, right? They made that a fight. So that was a gay sex fight.
Yeah.
All right. And then they had as things progressed, it turned into the gay marriage fight. Mm-hmm. Right? Now we got the trans fight. And all they do is they just use that to keep that one little base riled up for, all they rules that they have in place that they follow and they're not following.
Which even they're hypocritical.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying,
that they following and not following. Most of it is just posturing.
Because some of these lawmakers that are up here talking about, we're pro-life. And
they always get in trouble.
You had your mistress get an abortion. Stop it.
They always get in trouble. It's a guy that's out here that's, he's supposed to be anti-trans, but he fully supported his child that went through that's a trans and went through the whole transition. Fully supported that child. A lot of this stuff is posturing because of that particular base, right?
But then that base looks like idiots to me because, again, to me, sometimes when people contradict themselves, it's obvious. But you're still supporting these people knowing they're fully like, I didn't understand. How are you so Christian, right?
And supporting evil shit.
Trump, but Trump literally cheated on his wives. Like, that's like so in the Bible. Like, I don't understand. Like,
it's like some of this stuff is like you are willingly supporting evil things. You see, some of this stuff is like evil things.
Pure evil.
Yeah.
Pure evil.
Yeah.
They say, okay, we're not saying take away all guns. We're saying that people should have a mental health check and be saying before they get them. And people like, no. And I'm like, what is fucking wrong with you people?
At this point, they just saying like Wild Wild West. Everybody walk around with something. And we just know that's not
a good society
the way to
live
move.
in.
That's just not the way to move.
I should not be looking for exits at the grocery store.
No, man. Back to that. That was that. Yeah.
Because that's actually the reason why I say that is because my mom was telling me because she has, she's retired now, so she be fully on the news like a lot of.
That's how I got invested in the news. My grandmother with that.
And so, like, my mom was, like, telling me, because it was, like, right after, maybe, like, 2 days later.
Yeah.
And I had went to the grocery store when I got off of work for her, because that's usually, our thing. because of, her health, she can't really walk around like that for long periods of time. So I do all the grocery store runs. And so when I came in, I was like, Ma, that's the first time like I really left the store without getting half of what I went in for because I was like, nope, can't be in here too long. Get in, get out, get in, get out.
And it's affected your sight. It's affected your thinking.
Yeah. And so my mom was like, I meant to talk to you before you went. Just know if anything happens, that this family, they hid in the freezer. So you got it. And I'm sitting there going, why do we have to have this kind of discussion?
And it's crazy. That's like trauma. That's like
all over again.
That's like displaced trauma or something. I'm not a psychologist. I don't know what the term is, but that is some kind of where we're able to take on that because that's happened in our environment is happening to us, and we're just taking that on, right? And I remember when and this has been brought up, so I know I'm not the first person bringing it up. I'm not trying to act like I am, but you saw the Will Smith thing, and now you're seeing like everybody was speaking out against that. And nobody's saying shit about this, right? But fuck that. I saw Wanda Sykes and I'm traumatized off the Will Smith shit. That shit didn't happen to y'all. They talking all that. All right. I mean, you might not have liked it, but traumatized, I mean, you might be putting on too much. But nobody traumatized over this?
I am. Every time the shit happens, I get traumatized. I work at a school, so every time there's a school shooting, that's the trauma.
Right.
And I actually go through that with my kids a lot. Like, I don't put that on them and tell them, you got to be fearful of this. But what I always, I'm constantly one of those people, when I tell you to do something, follow. You never know when I'm trying to, I can get hurt trying to save you. That's literally where I'm at.
Yeah.
Now it's can't go to the grocery store. Church, while they talked about COVID, one of the biggest things for me was I could just stream it and not feel guilty because literally I used to get scared of sitting in certain places in church because I'm like, if something happens, I'm kind of far from the exit. Yeah. And I don't feel like you're supposed to feel
You're not supposed to live like that.
that.
You're not supposed to live like that. You're not supposed to feel like that. And that's some of that. You hear arguments that things are false flags and stuff like that. You heard that kind of argument about some of these situations. And, that makes you wonder if some of that is built-in fear tactics because I don't put that beyond anybody. I don't put it beyond people do.
But I don't think it'd be a false flag if people end up dead.
No, what I'm saying is I don't know if I put it beyond people beyond the powers that be to do some shit like that. That being said, I don't think that that's what's going on here. I think that is, but that is just something to think about when you say how, because when you think about the Dylan Roof situation with the people in the church, and to make you start to think in that fashion, all of these things as they start to add up. If it was something like that, you could see how that works in that fashion.
Because it makes you feel like you have no safe spaces. Because even when I told my mom, I said, well, if I got to be fearful of going to the grocery store, we could just start. You might have to get used to people delivering. But then I had to be like, there's Breonna Taylor, Botham John. They were all at home. Right. So I can't even say that I could just,
you're not just saying
that's going to alleviate any of that.
Right. That's real. Those people were just out there shopping, trying to,
Live their life. One was buying a cake for his son's birthday.
At the convenience store. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother, the grocery store is like the club for her. She loves the grocery store.
Elderly people, that is like they're out. And I'm not trying to be funny because I know you feel me. Like some of them really don't get out and go anywhere other than there.
That's what they do. They look forward to it. She be putting me up. Like, she's still not able to get out. So she'll hit me up and put me up on sales. She'll put me up, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's oxtails on sale over here. You feel me? Go pick up some Cornish hens for me. They on sale. She still be on it. She still be paying attention and notching it down. And she like, hey.
Every week, that's my mama. She be like, my waters are on sale. Feel like stopping when you get off work? And I be like, sure. I used to get mad sometimes. I'm like, I've been at work all day with these kids. You didn't want to go to the store?
Hey, for real though, this has been a journey. Yeah. This week, took her to Costco. She got to go to Costco and walk around that shit with her situation. You know what I'm saying?
Why you just didn't put her in the cart?
She didn't want. She wanted to walk. She's working on her fucking walking and shit.
Okay.
Right? And so she was down to go walk with her thing and get on. She had the basket. When she got the basket, she was good. Right? And so She was tired as hell after that shit. I was like, ooh, you gonna be burnt. But cause she told me some funny shit. She was like, hey, I miss Costco.
We just went to the other one.
I'm telling you, shopping is the thing. Imagine you ain't been able to go out, do nothing. She's like, man, like grocery store, like catching them deals.
Do you feel like you spend more when you take her than when you go by yourself?
No. She spends more when I take her because that's her deal. You know what I'm saying?
No,
that's
the reason
her
why
deal.
I say that is because like when
that's
I
her
go,
deal. I don't really go to Costco. That's her deal. So I took her.
I do all the stuff.
That's her thing.
You know me, because I'm a deals person. Remember, I lived so long on my own. I became the deals person.
Me, and it's just me. Like all that shit is big.
I lived by myself and I still used to do that.
You was buying all that? Yeah, I don't need all that big shit.
Yes.
Look, I'm weird. I am like, because I don't cook every day. I like to, I love to cook, right? But I'm moving around so much that I almost just go to the store to go get what I'm going to go cook. I have a few things, I have like pantry stuff and a few things that around the house that I just like, always
but
that I have.
Fresh stuff.
But I normally go to the store like, I want this. Go to the store, get the ingredients, like, and go home and prepare it, like chopped.
See, I'm the one who, like, even when I lived by myself, I always got the big thing of toilet paper, the big thing of paper towels, because I was like, then I never got to go. But I would always keep an extra one. So I was the one that all my friends used to come to me because they're like, I ain't going to get to the store today. You got some toilet paper? I'm like, yeah, y'all know I keep
I do that, just not Costco big.
I do Costco and Sam's big. Yeah. And that's why I asked that question, because I noticed even with the regular grocery store, when I take my mom with me, spend way more money than when I go by myself. If I go by myself, I literally get what I came in for. When I take her now, especially because she doesn't get out much, everything seems so interesting that she wants to try.
See, with me, why her thing gets big, that's the opposite. See, with us, look, her, she's just going because she loves to go. She just want her staples for the sale price that she know how much it's supposed to cost already. You know what I mean? She'll look at that, she'll be like, oh, wait. No, that's supposed to be $6 for 2 of those, right? So she knows that stuff. Me, I am always trying to get her to try stuff because she's so rigid in her thing, right? So when we in there and it's right there, right? Especially like if it's on sale, I'm like, you should try this. Because even if I like bring it, she won't. She'll just like let that should have sit in the refrigerator or something. She don't like to try new stuff. But she'll do it like if I introduce it right. So that's when that happens. Yeah. So her bill ended up going up because I done made her try all kind of shit that she normally wouldn't try.
Well, mine, she be doing that. I be having to get her. I be like, Ma, you ain't gonna never use none of this stuff. So why? Like, for instance, like I have a whole self-care routine that's part of trying to bring my sanity down, right? And so I have a long, extensive nightly routine. So she was like trying to make fun of me. At first, she was like, I don't need to get all that stuff. My skin is already smooth. I was like, all right, Ma, well, whatever. Then she got to looking at what was in the basket. She was like, I saw this in the shower the other day. Why do you use this? I'm like, well, it kind of helps with my eczema and stuff.
Right.
She was like, I think I'm going to get me a bottle too. I'm like, from what? You ain't.
She like, that's what we doing?
Right.
Yeah.
So then it was, this looks good to put in the bath. Maybe I'll try it. I'm like, you know what?
Oh, that's a whole different vibe. She'll double your tab up.
Yeah, every time.
She'll double your tab up. I got you.
But I love her enough to let her do it,
Yeah. That's moms.
But I'm going to need probably like 2 more jobs in a minute because she be trying a lot of stuff. And you know what I noticed is that now the roles have reversed. Because when I was younger and I'd want to try stuff, she's like, you better use it all because that was my money, Now I'd be like, Ma, you keep making me buy stuff that still be sitting under the cabinet that you never even
just
open.
In case shit.
Just to try that you say you're going to try, you're never going to use. Like, stop it. Because
it's insurance.
Man, no.
It's insurance, just in case shit.
Just in case she feel like using it today.
Yeah, she like, I might have a fight. Like, I might feel like some like mango.
See, and this is why I got to get another job. Just for mama job.
Just for mama job. Mama's extras.
Right.
Mama's extras. Okay, well, I encourage everyone listening to do the things that you need to do to keep yourself even You know,
Yeah.
your mental sanity. If you need to talk to somebody and vent to somebody, find your friend or your situation that you need to vent to, or therapy or whatever.
Therapy
However,
works.
whatever works for you. I haven't never been to a professional therapist. I want to go do that, try that out.
I did, and it helped a lot.
Yeah,
I need to go back with my crazy
I want to try that out just to see what that's like. Like I know what it's like talking to a friend and you talking about like what you want to talk about right then, but I want to see how it plays out to where like they don't.
If
You're
you
talking
get a
about something
good
that you didn't know
therapist,
what
that's
you were
what
going to
it'll
talk
feel
about.
like. It'll feel like you're talking to a friend or someone.
No, what I mean is I want to end up talking about something that I didn't know that I needed to talk about or something, you know, like.
And that's what I'm saying. They'll
there.
take you there, but it'll still feel so comfortable that you're more open to go there if you get the right therapist.
Right. Yeah, I know that's probably a process too.
Yeah.
Dang, that's probably. I wonder, is that difficult? That sounds like that would be difficult.
It can be. I got lucky because the first one that I ever had, she felt like I was talking to an auntie. So it just made it real comfortable, you know. And even when she would say things, it'd be like, you know what? I never really thought of it like that.
I'm going to try it.
I'm
going to try that out.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good experience.
But you know what else?
Or a bad
you can
experience
do?
that turns into a good experience.
There are a lot of other apps too that, to be honest with you, I have found, you know.
Like some of these therapy apps that they're starting to do?
That I actually like. Like, there's one I just got, but that's because it was free because I'm a teacher. That tells you that they know being a teacher.
You need it. Hey, you need to just get something off, man.
If you're a teacher, you can get
If you just need to vent a little bit or just need to yell at the wall, anything, we are here for you.
Right. But there's one called Shine that was actually an app that they kind of started for people of color. Like, you know, anybody can use it, but that was where they gear towards. And I actually really like that app. I don't use it as much as I should, but I like it.
Okay.
Just even if it's just to hear something, like, because you're able to go and look up certain topics that, you know, it's like if you're feeling this type of way, these are something you might want to listen to. And they usually have like a meditation thing at the end. Like, I like it.
I'll be interested in trying out some stuff like that if it's actually legit.
Shine, you could try for free.
Okay.
They got a whole free thing, like Tidal got a free thing.
Hey, look, we'll talk about it off air, you know what I'm saying? They could be paying us to say that.
That's true. But I'm with you. Find things that make you happy. Like, even if it's just to make you laugh, find like a show that brings you some type of joy. Yeah. I love candles. It kind of clears the air, you know.
Sage.
For me. All that, yeah.
Sage. It's I wouldn't say a friend of mine. I'd say an associate. But an artist that be on their thing, just sage, and they have me sage in my house, and I feel better.
It felt just good, right?
Cleansing the spirits.
Or even working out. I find walking is so therapeutic to me.
That's true.
So therapeutic.
Well, exercise in general can help with your mental health. It releases endorphins, you know. So just in general, if you like, especially like if you're like an anxious person, exercise definitely can help get some of that out.
And can get you right physically. So.
And I mean, and you don't really have like down points from exercise except for like if you get injured all the time or something. If you're injury prone. Anthony Davis probably hates exercise.
Well, I'm trying to get right, okay?
Yeah, that dude. Yeah. Uh-oh. Basketball game getting close. Eastern Conference Finals.
Are they close to the championship?
This is the round. This is the round before the championship round, before the finals.
Gotcha.
So it's the Eastern Championships and the Western Championships are occurring right now.
Gotcha.
And this series is 1-1 right now. Saturday night. Y'all know when we're recording because the game is on. It's about 4 points. Fourth quarter.
I haven't been able to get into the season.
Looking ill right now. We don't know what's gonna happen. All right. Right now, let me see. I'm gonna make a prediction right now. I haven't made any predictions. And you don't care. You don't care. But it's like no. But for me, it's like time to like make predictions before things get too far along, and then like it'll be like it was slanted. All right.
Gotcha.
This is 1-1. Right? So they're even though the score is what it is right now, it's still pretty close. Right? I'm gonna say Miami is gonna pull this series out.
Okay.
All right.
My teams ain't in it, so I don't, care one way or the
Part of that is influenced by the fact that I'm a Laker fan and we have a built-in animosity for the Celtics.
I don't know why.
Why?
I don't.
Because
Boston has had some good players.
So what, nigga? They got good players now.
When Lakers was playing the Celtics, I was rooting for the Celtics. I'm sorry.
You a weirdo.
Hey.
Because they got good players now. You
I'll
are.
be weird.
You are
That's
weirdo.
Fine.
I'm just saying.
I don't care. Just like I used to root
LA
for
on
the
mine. It's
Sixers.
LA on mine. Lakers. LA.
Clippers.
You know what I'm saying? Lakers.
Clippers.
I drove by your little stadium they building over there.
Okay.
You heard that, what I said?
I heard.
Your little stadium.
Whatever.
That's how you get that off. Little stadium for your little team.
Whatever.
Man.
My big team.
Your little team,
I don't understand how people can live in LA and hate on the Clippers. Instead of just saying, I got two teams, y'all just got to pick one, huh?
Because we about winners.
You know what? I'm not having this argument with you on the show today. Not having this argument on the show.
That's what we about.
Really?
I don't even know how you fight that.
As much as if the Lakers always win?
Look, when it comes to championships.
But do they always win?
Hey, it comes to champions. No one always wins.
Right. So that's when you say I'm always choosing winners.
When it comes, look, we're watching this. All right, here we go. You're making me philosophize on the sports thing. You know what I'm saying? And this is not a sports podcast because you don't know nothing about sports.
First of all, you don't know what I know and what I don't know. You just know what I don't enjoy. And right now, I told you why I don't enjoy.
And all I'm saying is, we watch these teams and we can't get much out of this, but to celebrate the championships and have that fun. All right, and the teams that have done that the most are the Lakers and the Celtics. Now,
correct, they're tied.
Right now, saying that when the Celtics were doing it, it was way before we were here. Okay, when they've done it a few times since we've been here, but when they were doing it, it was like when our parents were like in fucking elementary and junior high. All right, so it doesn't hold that much weight for me. Since we've been here, you know what it is. All right, so I'm gonna just leave it at that.
I don't support
because that's undisputed. That's undisputed.
I don't support them, and it is what it is.
All right, now that I won that.
You always say you win because you call yourself the winner. Like
I'm just saying, what I said is literally undisputed.
Whatever.
We have literally had the most championships that we have seen by a team since we've been alive.
And
there's no and. That's it.
And I'm waiting for and. They still don't have the most. It's tied between them and Boston.
When they got them,
does not matter when they got them. They still have them.
What I said is, since we've been watching.
Doesn't matter.
And wait, and not even just watching, since we've existed on this plane, that since we entered into this earth sphere, into this realm that we're in right now, right?
Does not matter.
Lakers didn't got it done. All right, check it out. Check it out. Did you see this story about Texas and Illinois banning filters, instant filters?
No.
And Snapchat filters and things of the sort? Yes, they banned them because of facial recognition laws. So because of the facial recognition laws in those particular states, they have
Which are?
Let's look up the particular laws. I wish we had an internet person to just look stuff up. 1 second. See, this is going to take too long. Face. I spelled Illinois wrong. There you go. No, not the face mask mandate. Come on, people. No, we're going to get back to that later. All right, the rule why. But what it is it's a law pretty much in place that's banning certain facial recognition technology. And so because of that, they are banning Instagram filters, Snapchat filters, and other not just those. Those are just the most popular. That's why I'm saying those. Those are the most popular. But filters and things of that sort, you can't use them in those places.
So that they can recognize your face? Is that
it's because all those things use some sort of facial recognition technology to be able to do what it does, right?
Okay.
And that type of technology is being banned in those states.
But I'm still trying to understand why. Like that, I guess that's the part
because some people have a problems with all these apps getting all their, even though they got it already, and everything is going to get it. As soon as you start using your Apple sign in and your all that stuff. Hold up, man. Facial recognition, Illinois. All right, look, Bear, here we go. Here we go. All right. The companies are not allowed to collect, store, or give out biometric data, which includes things like facial fingerprint scans, without first giving notice and obtaining personal consent. The law has actually been in place for a long time. It's just that they are enforcing it.
I find it interesting.
It said the reason why it's only in those two states, because those are the two states that are recognizing their laws. All right.
So how are they going to ban it exactly?
I guess that, I don't know what technology they have in place to where you can't use it, but I'm sure they can just turn that shit off when you're
right. I'm confused. Well, I'm just saying because I don't know. I don't know. It seems
they're trying to. Facebook, of course, is trying to fight it because Instagram is Facebook for the people that may not be paying all the way attention and realize that.
I mean, unless your location is on, does it recognize where you're at to know that you can't use those things?
Your phone definitely has location tracking.
Yeah, but you could turn a lot of that stuff off. You don't have to have it open to all those apps and stuff.
Yeah, that shit is still getting recognized.
I guess.
It's still getting recognized on some level.
I would have to look into it because I'm trying to understand why that's such a problem.
Those things are still opinion.
But I would have to see what their laws are.
Because the law in place that I read to you, it was passed in 2008. Actually, like I said, it's been in place for a while. It's just that I don't know what happened to make them realize it, except for some political figure that is trying to use that to advance something. There are 3 U.S. states with laws specific to biometric privacy: Illinois, Texas, and Washington. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I guess because I don't understand the term. Well, are they saying that they shouldn't have that type of privacy?
Well, what happened was there was a case. Uh-huh. So in the case alleges that Facebook specifically broke the Illinois Biometric Information Privacy Act by using facial recognition technology to create face templates that can be used to identify users and photos without the proper notice and consent.
Oh, okay, I understand it now. So it's like, when we get those, I know you said you're not really messing with Facebook like that right now, but like when, say we take a picture, right, and I don't tag you, now I sometimes get messages that says, this may be this person, or is this person? So like I could automatically tag from that. Oh, I understand that now. Well, I thought we were talking about the filters.
Well, it is, but the filters fall underneath that law because it uses the same technology. And it's just what it is.
I didn't know that.
It's just a windfall. It's just kind of fell under a grab all. And somebody, I'm sure, like I said, is using this for some political gain somewhere.
Right, because I'm like, wait, never thought the filters, actually recognize who you are.
But that's you thinking that's not how it works. But that is how it works.
It is. But so when it's going, maybe it's just because I don't think that deep into it.
Yeah, but that is how it works. It is recognizing and following and grabbing your face to be able to do what it has to do. Now, when you can pull it off and it changes the angle, but when you have it, it's locking in. That's why it's able to stay on your face and you move around.
Okay.
And it stays on your face.
Gotcha.
It's locking in.
I never thought that deep into it. Yeah. I almost made it feel like, when you go to the...
And that's really how they want it. Really, it's just not even a second thought. You just do it.
Right, because it feels like when you go to, not the circus, but what's that other thing people be going to and they be having all the carnivals. Right. And how, sometimes you get to put your face in something and it takes the picture. Like, that's what filters feel like to me. Yeah, so I guess I never put that much thought into it.
But the technology required to make it, when you be able to do all those things and talk with these things and people, all these women with filters.
Why you say all these women?
Because they don't make them for guys that much. I'm sure dudes will use them too. Look.
A lot of guys use them.
But they all got like lipstick on them and shit. From what I be seeing. So the dudes that's doing it all got like lipstick. They all do them for women.
I'm not going there with you.
Come on, man. We're not gonna argue about that.
Because there's ones with beards and shit. And
they are, but most of those are kind of jokey. All the ones with because it's like it'll be like a beard and the eyebrow with shave and earrings. It's like pirates, but that shit don't. It'll be like I'm a pirate. It'll be the name of the filter. The other ones it'll be like beauty, and it's very subtle. Just something on the cheekbones and to take away the spots under the eyes. It's very. Come on, you know I'm for real.
I ain't doing this with you today.
If it wasn't like that, they wouldn't be used so much. Like it's people who would like when that happened, lost their whole, what? I can't, what?
I actually enjoy it when I'm with other people. Like when I have like my little nieces and nephews and you guys get to do the fun ones. That's the only thing I really cared about it for.
That's, you know why? You know what that is? You know what that is? You are not necessarily like caught up in all the Instagram stuff.
I'm not. The other one I do like is when it changes like, not the like the softening. Sometimes, you take a picture, you're like, I like this picture, but I don't like the lighting, so you can change that.
Hey, look.
I like that.
Hey, look. Some women are out here and they won't take a picture without it. And I'm talking about women, like we know the deal and we know these women. All right? They're not going to take a picture. They got to find the right filter. They got to look right. They got to take 200 pictures to take one damn picture, right? They go through all that. And I'm not saying if they had like some low-key ones who dudes could get rid of like some of it, I'm sure niggas would use it. So, all right, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they make them mostly for women. So women are the ones that are out here deceiving people the most with them.
See?
Hey, using them the most. How's that?
You always have to say something else.
Using them the most.
Stop it, because you hit me with that deceiving. And see,
it is deceiving. Some of it is deceiving. Now, you may not be out here deceiving. And for that, I commend you. All right. But it's a whole...
you can do that without filters. Angles will do that for you sometimes if people don't realize.
That's part of the deception.
Dudes do it too. Why got to be a deception though? Why just can't be that I want the best picture I could get?
They're deceiving too then. Because some of it, there's nothing wrong with getting the best picture you can get. But some of the picture, you're not, and these are only the pictures I'm talking about word, because if you're just taking a picture to just take it, that's fine. Do whatever you want. It's artistic. But some of these pictures they're using in places where the pictures are supposed to be a representation of what you're presenting. You know what I'm talking about?
But look, because what I'm saying is, I know that I'm vertically challenged. But sometimes the right
you want to take angles that some people
might
can't
not
tell
realize that till they see me.
I got that. But if you take a bunch of pictures and all of them are purposely making it look like you're not vertically challenged.
They usually are. The only pictures I take where people know I'm that short is when I take it next to tall people. I never take a picture for somebody to look and be like, damn, she's short.
Okay. All right. Now, but is that because of the pose or the angle? That's the angle? That's the angle?
It's the angle.
All right. But if you were taking pictures for per se, a dating website, would you use those same pictures?
Hell yeah. Why? I'm never going to take a picture for people like, she's short as hell.
But look, I think if you're doing stuff like that, you have what you take is supposed to be somewhat at least representative of what's being. I know. Look,
you see what I look like?
We know we got catfishes and all that. So I'm not talking about the people that's catfishing and all that. I'm talking about the people who's actually searching for somebody who are there.
Well, being that I'm never gonna do a dating site because I have fear of those things.
Right.
If I were, the only thing that could shock the guy would be my height. Everything else is me.
Of course.
But I purposely do not take pictures for the whole world to know that I'm short.
Why?
Because no, it's not something that I'm comfortable with. Just like I know there are some people that are different in body shape that you would never know it until you met them because they hit the right angle.
But that is,
that is not deception. That's knowing how to take a good picture.
I'm not into deception.
It's not deception.
We've had these talks about the makeup stuff and stuff. Were you here when I had that?
No, but if you assume that a person is tall or skinny off of a picture, that's on you. That's not a deception.
Wait, not one picture. A group of pictures.
It's still not a deception because at the end of the day, some people do, who purposely is gonna put up bad photos.
I don't mean bad photo, but let the photo be of you.
No,
Damn, that don't
it
necessarily
is
mean
of
a bad photo.
you.
Come on, man, stop being deceptive.
That's
All
not
right.
deceptive.
What's crazy is I had a topic that when you can't really chime in on this
What?
because you already just stated like that you would not meet anybody online.
I would not, but that's because I have a fear. Not the catfish thing. Catfishing is not a fear of mine because I could just be like, that's not my type.
Right.
But I feel like, just how we talked about earlier, the world we're in, people are too crazy. And what people put out there to be as something cool, where I can meet somebody, maybe I have the type of job I don't get out much, people have now taken to be something evil, and people have come up dead from it. I just don't like my chances.
Now, what I want to throw back at you with that is that has always been the case, and couldn't that be the case with someone that you met not online?
It could, but I'm just saying that if I meet you, like I met you, right?
Right.
I'm not going to the restaurant having to guess who I'm meeting. Like how you pointed out, people do catfish, right?
Right.
So if you get there, you really don't have a clue who you're meeting, and it turns out to be a whole different person, and then you come up missing. If I just show my homegirl, oh, this what dude look like, you don't know who you looking for.
For sure.
After, and now I'm gone. Like,
For sure.
So I say that to say you have people, and it's not just men, because you think about the women who have done those dating apps to catch a guy and then have the guy robbed and stuff. Like, I just feel like people have turned something that I don't think it was ever meant for that into something evil that I'm not willing to roll the dice on it. That's why I don't do it. I was never afraid of the catfish, even though, when the show came out, I used to just be like, damn, people really they waste their time doing that. But yeah. No.
I don't know what people be going through with that.
Nah. You would do it though? The dating apps?
Yeah, for sure. But what I was going to ask, what I wanted to ask was about someone having a significant situation based on something that it was someone that they met online. I haven't done that.
I think it could happen.
No, I know it. I know it can happen. What I wanted to ask was if anyone has done it.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. I knew that you can. That's yeah. I know it can happen.
No.
I see it. I have a friend of mine who married someone that they met online. So
then maybe I need to hit up the guy I've been stalking online. Because I ain't gonna lie, it's a couple in my head that I'm like, if I ever could, they would, definitely have the potential. But I don't.
Well, you never know.
No.
You never know. I have a new infatuation.
What?
And this is not my fault. This is the people around me keep telling me to watch shows, and then I didn't watch some of these shows, and now I'm watching all of these shows. Not all of them, because some of them are a little too weird for me still. I am now into like the relationshipy reality shows.
Like what?
Like the little competition shows.
Oh, like Married at First Sight and stuff?
All this kind of shit.
I told you that's my show. I
haven't watched that one yet. I haven't watched that one yet. Right now, they got me on Too Hot to Handle. And
I never got into that show.
Yes, yeah. They can't. They got put up. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Because I'm hooked. I'm hooked. So shoot me all the shows. That's all
I just told you.
Hey, no, I'm just telling. I'm telling everybody. Hey, shoot me all the shows. That's what I'm saying.
90 Day Fiancé is pretty good. I couldn't get into it.
90 Day Fiancé. I saw a few episodes of that. Like further down the line, like it was a bunch of people that have been on there already, and then they were, I guess, watching the new people. So some of the people like they got married. Some of them, all that different shit.
Yeah, that's a new thing that I've been noticing because Married at First Sight does that too, where they'll do like an after the show thing, and it's with people who've already been through the show and they critique, the currents. There was a show on Netflix where people got married, but it was based off of not seeing one another. Like you still communicated almost like you would on a dating app,
right? But
you didn't see each other and then had to make that decision. So you might want to check that one out. I'll pull the name up. I can't remember.
Yeah, shoot it to me.
It turned out to be more of a comedy show to me than I think it was.
I mean, in general, I mean, that's what they kind of are to me too. They kind of comedy. They kind of funny, but I am into perspectives and seeing all the different perspectives from the different people.
Would you ever go on a show like that?
Would I ever go on a show?
Would you ever?
Depends on what it is. Depends on what it is.
I said I would go on
I can't definitively say no. Depends on what it is. But thing is, I do still know that reality shows aren't like 100% reality. Producers be throwing in little mixing, so probably not actually.
Because I don't want to do it.
I don't want to do all the extra bullshit that the producers. But it's good entertainment. It's good entertainment. It's good to see the different perspectives of the different people, and how they enter these relationship situations and how people end up getting finessed out of their relationship and get into other situations or have such like don't have any self-control, right? like none at all. Like, dang, bro, you couldn't. Nah, had to do it.
Me and one of our loyal listeners, we watch the shows together sometimes because we're in 2 different states. So that's like our girl time, like to sit and watch and talk about the shows. And so when we were talking about the prospect of me going on the show, like that was one of the things for me. I would sit there and I'm like, but that would be my luck that I would get a strange one just like that and it just would not work. Because sometimes when I see them like do matches, you be wondering like, is it really all producer based? Because it's like, there's no way you would have thought this couple was going to work. Why would you have put them together? Like, just everything about it says that's not what that person's into. But that I would be willing to try over a dating site. Okay. I would be willing to try that.
Okay, that's interesting. Maybe we can do a Deez Ninjas for the love of these ninjas.
Look, if there's a couple people you can find.
Maybe we have to put in some recruits and, do some, narrow some things down. Feel me? She's like, hey. A little something of that. All right, man, we're about to get out of here.
Really?
Yeah, man. Well, hold up. First, no, I'm not going to even, I'm going to wait till some more people there. But look, before we do that, right quick, I did see that Superhead is back. Have you seen that? Yeah, buddy. Hey, look, what I think first is, damn, she is probably like the best fucking podcast guest of all time. Could you just imagine like the conversations based on like what she did, how open she is about her past and just the stories that would be a very, like I said, she's probably the best podcast guest of all time. Like Obama would probably be like a close second.
She's the only thing I wonder with her, I get it that the the entertainment world may not be as small, but again, when we look at the demographics, I'm just really curious about how all these people just smashed with no issue. Like, it's like y'all were in the same field together and it never crossed that y'all was all basically smashing the same chick.
It still happens right now.
But that I find like interesting.
It's what it is. And not that I'm part of that, right? Not that I'm part of that. But from what I see, it's kind of a status thing, right? What it appears is first, everybody can't play like they want to play, right? Everybody just not down. Everybody not built for it, right? Some are built for it on a heavy level, hence Superhead. Right, some not on a scale of that scale, but they out here, they playing. They know how to get to where they need to get to play. Because everybody, it's not just like as simple as like being fun. You got to be able to know to get to the people, get to the shit. You got to be able to play all those games. Everybody don't know how to play all those games. It's a certain sometimes now it's harder now to be with the discreet thing. It's harder now, right? But still. It's a level of that. These people know how to play all those games. And they rotate in and they rotate out. And sometimes it's like a status thing. Like, I don't know. I don't quite understand that. But you see, like, if so-and-so fuck with so-and-so and then they want to deal with the same person that somebody of higher status is dealt with because maybe they feel it raises their status. There's a lot of that kind of stuff going on. And then some hoes, it's just like some elite hoes, and they know how to get where they need to be.
I feel the way that I feel about community dick. It's just like, I don't understand why everybody wants to share
I feel
same.
you. I mean, look, you would think, how much access do you have being who you are and on the level that you are to so much around the world and so much regular, but then you also have the dynamic, right? If you choose something from outside, are you going to corrupt that situation? Right? Like that person, because people can be corrupted, right? Never been introduced to certain things. You have the dynamic of, are they really there for me? Right?
But you can say the same thing about Superhead, because some of them was trying to wipe her.
Not many of them. Most of them knew what it was. Then,
right, but I'm just saying.
In fact, in the story that came up, somebody did wife her.
Yeah.
And when they wifed her.
I wonder if it's the same person I'm thinking
of. When they wifed her, she was still doing her thing. And she let them know, hey, I know we're married now, but I'm going to continue to do my thing. Like this. Ain't shit you can do about it. Shut the fuck up. And this is what it is. And he, in particular, shut the fuck up. I don't know if most men would be able to do that to...
Or even most women.
Or to the wife. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a lot of women that do it because they get put in those situations. A lot of people say, well, why are you dealing with so-and-so? A lot of people dealing with those situations because they know what it is. They do it for the comfort. They do it for the lifestyle. It happens a lot. But it is more, when you see it happening on that side, that's something, I don't want to say it's more palatable, but it's something that people are used to seeing. Like when you do see it from the guy's side, dude almost looking like you ain't no fucking real man. You're dealing with that. You're doing all that. You're not no pimp. If you're not a pimp.
I think it could be seen that way on both sides. Sorry, I just saw there's something about one of the streets being closed tomorrow. And I was just like, wait, please don't let that be my route to church. But
no.
I'm not going to sit and judge, but it is something that I have pondered, like why anybody would want to just share. Like,
no, I don't know. I don't want to just share either, but I think it's just easier. I don't know.
I don't know either, but ain't she old enough to retire now? Like, I just
look, she's trying to rebrand a little bit. She got a new name. She's not really going by, they still calling it Kareen Steffens, but she's trying a new name. She coming with the rebrand, but why I say she's the ultimate guest is because she still got her bag. She's not, I don't think, trying to get on the scene and start really sucking the dicks.
What is she rebranding
like she was doing?
To or for?
I think she's just, because she wants to tell her story, but you got to think.
Did she tell her story already? Multiple times.
It was no podcast then. And this young generation, they don't know nothing that happened before them. She can get this all the way off, and she's still saying names they know. That's why she's sticking to, she's not going to be talking about the Cool G raps, because these youngsters don't know Cool G rap, but she going to be talking about the Bows, like she doing, and the Lil Waynes. They still know all these names. She going to get this back off. She going to make a whole nother run right now, hitting all these podcasts and all these content creators with bars that they going to be eating it up because everybody is messy and they going to be eating it up. You know it. You know it. That's why she's the ultimate podcast host. She can just sit there and just give you content for days. You like, and what else happened?
That's when I will have to pass on. It's
messy stuff sells.
I pass.
You like messy stuff. You don't like messy stuff?
I just feel like I'm trying not to be disrespectful to sis because I don't know her.
Hey man, we all know what it is.
But I'm just saying.
We have seen her. Right, no, come on. You don't have to. I mean, I'm not here to be disrespectful to sis.
Right.
Either.
No, I'm just saying that's why I'm kind of really keeping my comments.
I'm only speaking on things that we have seen.
Right. And that's why I'm like, I don't want to hear about all that again.
Seen or read.
Like, I don't. I just feel like it's old now. Like, how old is she? We still hearing about your...
She running it back.
Yeah. Like, no, you don't have to. You don't have to.
Yeah, she running it back. She she like all these hoes. She seeing out Brittany Renner out here and all these new age hoes.
I'm over her too, so...
Look, she's seeing all these new age hoes and she trying to tell y'all, hey, y'all ain't none of y'all nothing. I was the real.
And that's what I'm saying. I feel like if your grandma come back and be telling you what she used to do back
it's like
in the
auntie.
day.
It's auntie.
But that's what I'm saying. But for me, it just feels like that old, where it's just like, bruh, that's old. Like, don't nobody need to hear that. I don't really need to hear that again.
She's about to be like, and if you looking me up, you can still find me on the Pornhub and all that too.
This is a story we could have skipped because I'm not getting with it. I feel like people get your bag how you get your bag.
This is what it is.
I just feel like letting the world, this new generation, you keep saying the new generation, letting the new generation know that you was basically passed around the scene is just not a good look.
You're right, man. You're right, man.
Rebrand.
Like I said, I'm just here for the joke, man. It is what it is. She back. She about to out here let y'all know that y'all are not giving it up like she was giving it up.
And it's good if you ain't giving it up like she was giving it up.
No, but they trying to give it up. They just not as good. You're not understanding.
No, I feel what you said. I just had to put that out there.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with being sexually liberated.
I'm not mad at that. But again, to be passed around the clique,
she was young. She was young. She was young, wild, and free.
I'm young and free, and I'm still not going to get passed around the clique like that.
But the wild.
Even in my wild days, I had sense enough not to be within the clique.
But see, passed around the clique is dumb different than what she was doing. She was out here searching out and destroying the clique. And then move it around. And
I'm saying it was still like the clique because they all knew each other. Like when she first came out, right, and she would say some names, it was like, oh, okay. But then when she started dropping other names, it's like, but I think y'all cool.
Yeah, she was sucking all the dicks.
That's what I'm saying.
She was. You heard her name.
That's what I'm saying.
Was Superhead.
That is what I'm saying.
She is proud of that.
I would not be proud of that. Is what I am saying.
Maybe. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Was just, hey.
No.
I can't be mad at somebody that's proud of that they good at what they do.
No.
She was proud that she was good at what she does.
No.
And all we can ask anybody that has a talent is to excel at your talent. You know what I'm saying? Don't let your talent go to waste. That's what we tell them people, right? Taz is going to church in the morning, so I'm going to let her out.
I am. Go watch kids again.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. Yikes. Let's see. I listened to the Kendrick album more.
You did?
Yeah. Last week I said it was his What's Going On. It's not, I don't have the same take anymore.
What's the take this week?
This take, what I said it was therapy, is very much that. It's very much therapy.
It was his therapy?
It's very much therapy. It's very much him, like I said, realizing things, admitting things, getting through things, learning things. He is talking to the world, but it's a lot of his growth and his letting y'all know that he don't really fuck with y'all like that. You know what I'm saying? And he's not really stuck on this industry shit like everybody tries to do these when they name the top 5 and all that. And he's kind of like, even though he still talks his shit, but music-wise, I think he's not shooting at the same targets.
Gotcha.
That they're shooting at. He still wants to be recognized as the great artist and great MC. I hear that, he wouldn't be mentioning certain things if he didn't. But I do think he's definitely approaching it different. I said last week, he's not definitely taking the conventional route.
Gotcha.
He's taking his own route musically. I like it better. The production has grown on me, personally. I see where it's going. I do think that there will be more visuals, though, because I do think it's a very visual album. It's impressive what he put together. He's saying, like I said, he's saying a lot. He's making a lot of admissions, things that he's gone through, things, like I said, things that he's learned. It's fucking dope project. Be able to, very dense though. Like I said, it's a lot of listening to hear like what he's really saying on some of these joints.
Well, I still have to catch up. I haven't heard it.
Yeah. Chris Brown up next. You a Chris Brown fan?
Yeah. typically I like his albums. I like, same with any artist. It's very few artists I can say I like every single album they put out or majority of what's on an album.
Right.
Sometimes he's kind of hit or miss for me, but I like him overall.
Well, yeah, I don't love everything because I'm not sitting around like dancing and shit, but he makes great music. I think he's one of the most talented artists in the world.
And he can perform, so that's part of. I like him.
That's part of one of the most talented artists. Part is his whole package, as far as pause, as far as him performing, him dancing. He can even rap. You know what I'm saying? All of that, the whole thing. Hella athletic, motherfucker be jumping off of shit and backflipping off the second story, and all kind of things. And he puts a lot of effort in his presentation.
He does.
And all of that. And about a week and a half ago, we were leaving here, and we're right down the street. We're right outside of Hollywood. We went down the street, and some shit was going on, right? Like, all the ladies was out. All the cars was out. Like, all the guys, I'm just saying, they was out. You know what I'm saying? It was, like, different type of, we were like, hold up, gotta get around traffic. Everything was cut off. All the big boy cars was out. All the shit that cost $100,000, $200,000, $500,000. All that shit was out. All right? We like, man, what the hell is going on? Turns out, Chris Brown party. Chris Brown party. Doing it fucking...
How he does it.
Yeah. It was, I was like, whoa, what is going on? Like, so much I had to find out what was going on. Because I'm not even that dude. No, I saw the women. The women.
I'm sorry, all the women.
The women crossing in the middle, like jaywalking through traffic. It wasn't.
And it got your attention.
Definitely got my attention.
Okay.
Definitely got my attention. Right.
Okay.
It was just the quantity. Just walking the streets right down the street. It was a lot going on.
And it just got your attention.
I also mentioned the cars. She's not mentioning the cars. Right?
Because I know that you didn't really stop for the car.
No. What I'm saying is, all of that. I was like, what is going on? I mean, the ladies, of course, got my attention. But saying all of that, I was like, wait, something serious is going on over here. So, yeah.
Well, I'll be looking forward to hearing it. The new album.
I'm interested. Yeah, I'm interested. He got that new. You heard the song? See, we old. We're about to show you how old we are with the what's that? Tracy Spencer song you got right now. He got the song. You heard that?
Yeah. He did a version of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go.
His new song.
I haven't heard the new song.
Oh.
I was saying I know that Tracy Spencer.
I Like Your Smile.
Song.
Is that Tracy Spencer?
No, that's Shanice.
Shanice, my bad. I'm sorry, Shanice.
Don't be mixing.
I like. It's the same era, right?
It is the same era.
It's the same era.
It is. Two different people though.
Definitely, because Shanice is married to Flex, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he got off the do. He got the whole little.
I feel like I did hear it.
Yeah.
I feel like I did hear it. Yeah. You threw me when you said Tracy Spencer. That's why I was like, I know I did.
I know I did.
I think I have.
I feel like that. You see, you heard me sound unsure the whole time, right? You heard the unsurety.
But you were more sure than I was.
Huh?
That you were more sure than I was.
But I'm saying, but you heard when I was saying, I'm like Tracy Spencer, right? Like I was unsure. You were Shanice.
All right.
I knew the song. I Like Your Smile, but that's not. He didn't do I Like Your Smile.
I know, he twisted it.
It's same melody.
Yeah, I think I heard it.
Same melody, but then he did the little bridge. He got the doo-doo, and I'm like, oh, that's it. Song's out of here.
Because, every once in a while I do catch the radio. So.
I have, unfortunately, been listening to the radio for like the last month. I've been complaining about it, so y'all know. Look, that lot, I hope she does well in her career, but I'm off that Lotto. That song, that Mariah Carey fantasy song. All right, man. All right.
I don't hear it as much as you. That's why I kind of like it.
The Pop Smoke. But it was to say, okay. All right. Oh, man. But she got the little baby and the baby on it.
I haven't heard it. I told you I do not catch the radio like that.
All right, man. They need to put some more songs on the radio. I know why Drake works on the radio, though. I know, versus all the rest of the stuff, why he can stay in rotation for so long. because he's a good song maker. And so like as the stuff and they play over and over gets so monotonous, his songs, even though monotonous, are better songs than those songs. So it it lives a little longer.
I don't really listen to Drake, so I miss all of that.
I've been listening to The Beat. I've been listening to KJLH.
K-Day and KJLH are my two rotation people.
That's what.
But no, you said The Beat. I'm saying I don't really listen to The Beat.
Oh,
but I do like The Wave, believe it or not, when I need to just mellow.
I vibe to The Wave. I'm going to tell you my whole little rotation. All right? KJLH, The Beat, with my guy DJ Head and them, right? Then I got The Wave. Then I got the little Jazzy's joint. Just like jazz. You know what I'm saying? It's playing all different times. It's not really.
Go look it up.
88.1.
Okay.
Right?
Because I do jazz.
It's giving me the horns. It's giving me the whole, vibe. And then I think I got the pop station, which is Kiss. I think.
Yeah, I don't really rock with Kiss no more.
I just tap in there to see what's like the big song right now. I mean, I still stay interested in that kind of stuff. And then my classical station, because I listen to classical.
So you don't listen to K-Day?
No. But I might, because I forgot about K. I mean, I haven't listened to the radio in so long. I was like, The Beat, I'm like, oh, and I didn't know what else. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh.
You remember the song that came on earlier? And you was like, oh, I ain't heard that in a while and stuff. Yeah. K-Day. And that's how I be hearing, because K-Day is more my
I'm going to tell you.
My flow.
I haven't listened to the radio in so long. I forgot all about K-Day.
No. Can I tell you something? They do something that sometimes, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to tell myself, we get out of school at 2:35, and some days I really be trying to push the kids out just so I can get in my car to go home and listen to K-Day. No, because on K-Day, they do the Tupac at 2. And so from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, it's nothing but Tupac.
Every day?
Whether they're playing every day, whether it's an interview they're playing in between the songs.
That is too
and
much
they play
Tupac.
songs that typically you won't hear on the radio from Tupac, but they have to edit out the cursing or whatever. But they do Tupac every day at 2.
That is too much Tupac.
It's never too much Pac. It's never too much Pac.
Shout out to Tupac's family.
Yes.
And his state.
What Chris Rock's brother say? We Pac all year. So, I love it.
Tony said that?
Yes, he said we don't Pac all year. He didn't mean it in that way. But,
Oh.
So, yes, I love KD. I love K-Day.
Okay, I'm gonna look up K-Day.
They give you a lot of West Coast vibe.
I'm gonna look up K-Day so I can figure out. It's 1580? No.
No, it's 93.5.
Oh.
See, 93.5. Yeah, it's 93.5.
Damn, I hate the radio. All right. It is so trash.
But it's not, because at least, okay, I know you're not going to probably listen to K-Day all day, but whenever you feel like you need a back in the day vibe because you tired of them 7 songs, it gets you there. Because it'll play something that you be like, oh, I ain't heard that in a minute. And it's a vibe.
I just go back to the phone. Beep, beep, beep.
Try to help him.
But no, I'm gonna put him in the rotation.
And now you done gave me something else to add to my rotation because I didn't know. They had done away with a lot of the jazz stations, so I didn't have one
88.1
locked in.
For our area. It'll get you right. It'll get you right. And yeah.
I'll add that in.
Yeah,
maybe I could rotate between the wave and that when I need to mellow on long distance drives.
You don't like classical?
No. Remember I told you classical and heavy metal are not my thing.
Oh, the face. It was just like, no. Hey, I really relax to classical music.
I don't. It doesn't put me in a relaxed state.
It does.
That's what jazz does for me, honestly.
You gotta let me put the classical playlist
no.
on. You'll be vibrant.
No.
It's all right. You think that.
Mm-mm.
You're okay. You think that.
You put me onto a different jazz,
She's like, take your win.
Right. Because, I'm having to make extra long drives now. So that'll help,
Okay.
For when the phone signal goes out.
Yeah. Got that. Yeah. That's kind of, well, no. I don't know what made me just start listening to the radio so much. What it was is on my car, the radio went out and I've been in another car. And so I've been listening to the radio. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess that's what it is.
I only really listen to it when I'm having connection issues. Or when you know how we talked about with the streaming, since I won't pay for anything, when they start to like really get into the vibe of not playing songs I want to hear and you can't skip anymore, then I switch.
Then you start
to the
switching
radio.
through the radio stations.
Yeah.
Got it. I listen, KGLH in the beat, it's mostly, but I'll be fed up. So you gave me K-Day. You gave me K-Day, and then I'm getting ready to tap out on the radio, period, again, because you guys aren't impressing me. I'm gonna start my own station on AMP.
Yay! Can I be on your station?
You can be on my show because it's not gonna be a station; it's a show.
Okay.
But yeah. When I put it together, yeah.
Because I like radio.
I'm gonna play like independent stuff and then some mainstream stuff, but I'm gonna kind of mix it together so you hear this next to that. It's just not separated. Like you hear that over there. And you hear that over here. You can hear them in the same atmosphere. Yeah, the same rotation.
Crazy thing is, little known fact, that's actually what made me want to get into media was as a kid, I used to always swear I was going to be on the radio. Yeah. I wanted to be a radio host. And then I grew up and radio wasn't as big as it was,
right.
when we were kids. So it was like, dang, that was like my hopes. Like I was going to be on the
radio. God, yeah. I've always thought about it. I've always thought about it, and it was crazy. When I was younger, it was a friend of mine his father was really cool. And his father used to always tell me, man, you be the next Wolfgang Jack, man. You be the next Wolfgang Jack. You need to get on the radio. You be the next Wolfgang Jack. So, I'm going to try it out. I've always been into music. I probably should have went into DJing when I was younger, but I never made the investment to do that. And that's maybe a little regret now. Maybe something I may do in the future.
Never too late.
Never too late. That's true.
Never
I just got a lot on my plate right now. So to learn something else right now is just something I think I got to put in the queue.
Okay.
And versus doing it right now. You know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah, but that's something, yeah. But I think that amp, you said, I don't want to, I'm not selling nothing else. All right.
We'll talk, that's another, we'll talk offline? Okay.
Yeah. I'm not selling nothing else. All right, ready to go?
Sure.
All right.
But before we go, can I do a shout out?
For sure. I mean, look, before we go, anything else, you just want to get off?
I just got to get this off because you didn't know today was my anniversary. I made 10 years out since I got my degree. So I have to shout out the wonderful, tremendous class of 2012 of the illustrious Clark Atlanta University. It's been 10 years since I walked across that stage, got my degree. So and anybody who knew me knew it was a journey. So every time it comes around,
you got to acknowledge it.
Me. Every time.
Okay.
Right. I don't actually have my degree. My mom has both of them because she won't let me have them. But it's something that I hold on to. I have a picture of me holding my degree. And so it's a big deal to me.
No, that's congratulations
Thank
on that
you.
in that anniversary. And
then my 20-year high school is coming.
Hey, you ready for that?
I am.
You ready for that?
This is actually the first reunion my class has had. We didn't do 10. We tried to do 15. That didn't quite happen. So we're doing 20. And like I told you, based on who shows up will probably determine how long that I'm there. You know? But hopefully I'll be moved.
You got any old flames that you're looking into running into?
Not at all. Not from that school. But now homecoming is a whole nother thing because, for college, we don't really have reunions. That's college homecoming though, right? Yeah, we don't really have reunions. We have homecoming. And I actually have not been to homecoming in years because of COVID and things. But I had no intentions of really going to homecoming. But with it being my 10 year, I'm going to go.
Right.
And it's a few people I think I want to see, and then I won't be at homecoming for a while after that,
Okay, so you're getting in there and getting out of there, tapping in,
always.
tapping out.
Same with this reunion thing, 20 is cool. They may not see me again to maybe the 40, 50 maybe. Not big on reunions.
Okay.
I just don't. Yeah.
I haven't been to any of mine, so
Would you ever go?
maybe.
Or do you really keep up with
just
people
not
that you don't need to go?
I mean, with Facebook, I don't, and I don't even be on Facebook, but like those people, I kind of like saw them again, reconnected on Facebook whenever we did it. And the ones that I really want to be in contact with.
You are.
I am, or I can be.
Right.
Because at this point, I feel like I still have it. I'm just not on there. I feel like it's like a really, it's just like a big ass contact book for me.
I feel it. That's how I keep in touch with my family, believe it or not. Makes it so much easier than having to actually call each person or text each person. I just kind of put it out there on Facebook and everybody finds out. And,
Right.
you know, that's the get down. For school, though, most of my friends were older. So it was cool to reconnect on that, but they wouldn't be at my class reunion. So considering I didn't even want to be there, I don't even know why I'm going. But I'm going to show face if I'm right, though. If I ain't got it all together, I ain't going. I don't care what y'all say.
Well, you better have it together.
That's the only way I'm going to show up, stunt for a minute, and be out that piece, you know?
Okay. All right. Well, shout out to all the people that might see her at the reunion. Shout out to Clark, Atlanta.
Class of 2012.
Class of 2012. Congratulations that you guys, hope you guys are all well towards what you guys are aiming for. Yeah. All right, let's get that. Damn, that shit is take too long. All right, now.
Now we can get
I think we're done. I don't have nothing else. You don't have anything else?
Nope, I got that off my chest.
All right, that's good. Okay. Well, I am going to give the microphone to you so that you can tell people how to contact you, and then it'll come back to me, and I'll give them the rest, and then we can go.
All right. Well, my contact before I do, happy birthday, AJ. Auntie loves you. He's the big two. And my contact, you guys can reach me on Twitter or IG at Mocha Vibes. That's VYBEZ. On Instagram, it's the _ between the Mocha and the Vibes.
Dope. All right. Before I get out of here, I want to give a shout out to What Up Vern. I want to give a shout out to Vacation Barb. Shout out to Shanni Love. Shout out to Nikki Savage. Shout out to Very Sassy Gang Gang. I want to tell people to make sure that they tap into our YouTube at www.youtube.com/Deez Ninjas Network. Whoa. All right, make sure if you do that, or when you do that, not if, but when you do that, that you like, you subscribe, you comment, and you share. Hit the buttons, tell your friends. We appreciate everybody that listens to us. We appreciate anybody, like I said, that's the OGs down to somebody who's just tapping in. You feel me? Shout out to my guy Extendo, holding us down. One love. I'm Club Dynamite. You can find me on all of the platforms. Same thing. Club Dynamite. Change the U to a V. It's real simple. Really simple. Bam. Gotta see who won the game. I didn't even see who won the game.
I saw it.
You saw who won?
I'm not going to tell you right now.
Oh,
not on air.
All right. That's cool. All right. We about to get out of here. Peace. Oh, hold up. Look. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. Hey, you hear the vibrato?
I did him with a little bit of pop.
You hit it with the vibrato? Go.
That was that Nate Dogg.
Hey, drop it down low. All right. We about to get out of here. Peace out.